This episode includes themes of coercive control. Please take care while listening. Hi, and welcome back to After the Quiet. This is episode 39. That spring was full of big moments. My sister was getting married, and our house became the gathering place for the family coming from the United States. Suitcases piled near the door, extra towels in the bathrooms, people talking late into the night in the kitchen, and honestly, it was wonderful. We hosted my family from the States, and we had such a good time together. There was laughter, storytelling, teasing, all the things that happen when family who haven't seen each other in a while are suddenly back in the same room. What made it even better was that my American family actually shared a lot of the same cultural background as him. That meant conversations flowed easily. They connected over food, traditions, and even hobbies. My cousin's husband was really into cars, just like him. The two of them spent hours talking about engines, models, road trips. It felt like everyone fit together perfectly. And somewhere in all that laughter and connection, a new idea started forming. We should visit them in the summer. My cousin had just bought a new house in the US. She kept showing us pictures on her phone. It was beautiful. A big backyard, a gorgeous pool. It looked like the kind of place where kids would spend all day swimming while adults sat around the patio table talking and laughing. I hadn't visited my cousins in a long time. Life had been busy, complicated, full of responsibilities and small children. And suddenly, the idea of packing up the kids and going for a week-long visit felt exciting, like a little adventure waiting on the horizon. Even my aunt, my sweet, wonderful aunt, was excited. She kept saying how happy she would be to have us come visit. So when they left after the weekend, our goodbyes weren't really goodbyes. They were more like, see you soon. We promised we would come that summer. When my cousin got back to the US, we started messaging back and forth, trying to line up dates that would work. Calendars came out, work schedules were checked, kids' activities were considered. She even moved some things around on her end so our visit could happen. And the more real it became, the more excited I got. I imagined the kids swimming in the pool, late night talking with my cousin, coffee with my aunt in the morning. It felt like something bright to look forward to. Then I told him the plan, and everything changed. He got angry. Suddenly he said he didn't want to go anymore. He said he wasn't comfortable sleeping at someone else's house. He said he didn't want to be a burden. And I stood there, stunned. Because he had known the entire time that my cousin and I were trying to make this visit happen. We had talked about it in front of him. We had discussed possible weeks. There had been excitement and conversation around him the whole time. He never said a word. Not until the moment the plan was actually real. Not until the moment my cousin had rearranged her schedule. Not until the moment everyone was expecting us. Then suddenly, it was impossible. I remember feeling a wave of panic and embarrassment wash over me, because now I had to tell them. I had to call my aunt. I had to message my cousins and tell them that after all of the excitement and planning, we weren't coming. I was mortified. Not just because the trip was canceled, but because I didn't want them to know the truth. My family from the States liked him. They thought he was wonderful, kind, funny, charming, and I didn't want to be the person who ruined that image. So I made an excuse. I honestly can't remember what the excuse was anymore. Maybe something about schedules, maybe something about money, maybe something about the kids. Whatever it wasn't the truth. The truth was that the trip had been taken away before it even began. And when I sent that message, canceling something we had all been so excited about, I felt heartbroken. Because it wasn't just about a vacation. It was about connection. About seeing family I loved. About something joyful that had been waiting for us. Looking back now, I see another pattern that I didn't see then. Anticipation followed by disappointment. Plans that were allowed to grow just big enough before they were shut down. And every time it happened, I was the one left explaining it, apologizing for it, carrying the embarrassment for something that was never actually my decision. But at the time, I just told myself it was easier this way. Easier to make an excuse. Easier to protect his image. Easier to quietly absorb the heartbreak. This is after the quiet. And sometimes the things we lose aren't just trips or plans. Sometimes what we lose are the moments we were looking forward to the most. Please remember to subscribe to this podcast and share it with others who might need to hear my story. And also join me on Instagram at after.the.quiet. If you recognize parts of my story in your own, please reach out to someone who can give you support, or look for that support in your community. You are not weak for needing help. You are human. Your voice deserves to be heard.